And welcome to a quick walk around of the Renault ZOE fully electric car. This is the new model with the 41 kilowatt hour battery pack. So it has a NDSA cycle of 400 kilometer range, but realistically you'd struggle really to get about 300 kilometers, but that's still pretty impressive from an EV. From real life driving experience, I have the car about a week. I'm getting about 260 kilometers to a charge with 20 kilometers range left before I usually plug in. But I'll just have a quick walk around it so you can see the blue headlights, ZE written inside it. It's a pretty small car, but it does, it is 5-door hatchback. Has alloy wheels, special tyres, low rolling resistance. That's just a side view of it. And the rear, the blue light theme continues. There's the rear decal. So that's the exterior of the Renault ZOE. Just have a look inside it now. Okay, so the car has keyless entry and push button start as well, but just a quick look inside it. So these are the seats. They're fairly comfortable. They're not that supportive though, but they're alright. And then you can see this sort of design on the in front of the passenger there, just below the airbag. And that is actually on the roof panel as well, which I've never seen in a car before. Yeah, and that's your dashboard there. So we'll just turn it on. So you just put your foot on the brake.
But it wasn't quite right for me.
So you can see, I've done about 120 kilometers on this charge, and the range is saying 181 left over there on the left. That seatbelt warning will go away in a little while. I'll just show you so there's your dashboard. So yeah, you have central locking. Just show you the infotainment then.
Every door, leaving no stone unturned.
Just turn off the radio. So yeah, the car has sat nav. Sat nav also shows you where charge points are. Works quite well. And then I just press home. Then it has your eco statistics for driving. So you can see, so there's my average consumption in kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So that's 13 at the moment. Yeah, there's the distance now. So yeah, it's there as well. And also, yeah, so I've done 28.6. I reset that when I charge it. Yeah, it gives you a green score as well. So basically your anticipation. So that's basically how much regenerative braking you're using. Instead of just, stamping on the brakes, that's actually, if you let off the accelerator in this car, you can feel it. It feels like the engine braking, even though it isn't. It's the actual motor producing electricity back into the battery. So I've gone down a few steep hills in the car, and it's actually put the range up by 10 kilometers, 12 kilometers sometimes even. So the system does work quite well, and it's great in start-stop traffic in town. because you're using the battery power to move the vehicle, but then when you're freewheeling, you're also recharging it. So I've saved a total of 4 kilowatt hours from the regenerative braking, which is a good number. So there's your statistics, your driving statistics. What else is on it? Menu. So you have your navigation. So drive to, you can set different itineraries if you're doing a bit of a trip. Settings, things like that. So drive to. So yeah, it's good actually. It remembers your recent destinations, so you can find them again. And of course you can add your home to it, save locations, and then you can see where the nearest charging stations are. So it'll give you a list of the nearest ones. So near my location. So there's the nearest ones to me at the moment. So yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's five under 10 kilometers away, but I don't really have to worry about that considering I have 181 kilometers left in the battery. So then obviously I can connect your phone to multimedia, so there's Bluetooth streaming, radio. You can view pictures on the screen, videos, things like that. Then your phone. So yeah, it's fairly common on many modern new cars. Then the vehicle, so that's just your statistics there. Electrical vehicle, so you can see your energy flow. So at the moment, okay, if I was driving now, there'd be arrows moving from the battery to the motor, and then if I was regenerative braking, you'd see arrows moving back towards the battery. So you can sort of see what the systems are doing. And if I had my aircon on or heating, you'll see arrows pointing up to the dash, so you're using energy to cool the car or heat it. You can schedule your charge to start at a certain time. If you're on, if you're on a night rate or something, you can set it to charge at 10 o'clock at night to avail the cheaper electricity. And then the comfort timer, you can program the car when plugged in to heat the car or cool the car at a desired time. So if it's the winter and your car is plugged in charging overnight, you leave for work at 7 a.m. Monday to Friday, you can have this come on at 6:45 to heat the car up, and it'll be nice and toasty when you get into it. And because it's running off the mains, you'll save on battery for heating the car when you're actually on your way. So yeah, the car has air conditioning and a heater. The air conditioning when you have it on level 1 actually isn't too much doesn't kill the range too much. I had it on all the time and I was still getting very good range. That's the gear stick there. So yeah, you just have park, reverse, neutral and drive. See it down here, and that's also displayed on the display behind the steering wheel there, so you can see that. That bar just right of the battery indicator is is how much energy is going out of the car, and then it shows your regen as well. Then just back down here we have an eco button, and what that does is when you press it, it turns on the eco mode, so you'll notice that the throttle isn't as sharp and the car doesn't go as quickly, it doesn't accelerate as fast. I think it goes up to about 90 kilometers an hour in eco mode, but if you absolutely push the accelerator to the floor, there's a button down below the accelerator and it'll give you the full oomph again. But it does work in saving your range a lot. It's good around town and on B roads that are slow, but it does make the car a bit more docile, but it does save the battery. Storage, there's no center armrest or anything, but there's 2 cup holders, little tray for your change. There's the SD card for your nav, USB charger there. That's about it on the interior really. So Oh yeah, okay, we'll just have a look at the buttons down here in the door. So you have 4 electric windows, electrically folding mirrors, and they're also heated as well. Yeah, and you can just turn off the rear electric windows if you have kids in the car. And then just down here, okay, so that button here turns off the artificial sound this car makes at low speed so that pedestrians can hear you. So it's about 30 kilometers an hour. Up to 30 kilometers an hour, the car defaults to playing this weird sort of noise so that people can hear you. Very science fiction-y. But you can turn it off at the click of a button, but it does default to being on when you get into the car. And then you just have your headlamp level controls, the brightness of the dash to the right of that, and then the button for opening the charge point on the front of the car. I'll just show you inside the charge point on the front now. So the charge point is behind the Renault symbol on the front. That just opens up there. And then just open this and then plug your charger into it. And then just in the rear of the car, you'd see 4 adults, I'd say, in the car. Might get 3 kids in the back of it maybe. Although I just noticed there, I don't think there's a middle seat. But oh no, there is, apologies. Yeah, so the rear seats are actually up quite high because of the battery, so you wouldn't really want to be too tall getting into the back of the car, but for the size of the car, it's perfectly okay. And that's just the rear of the vehicle. It's an alright size boot actually. Sorry, it's full of stuff here at the moment. Camera bags and shopping, and the charging plug there. But yeah, no, you get plenty of stuff into it. It's an acceptable boot size. So that's the quick walk around of the fully electric Renault ZOE 41 kilowatt hour battery pack. Thank you.